Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am sharing the official release of the July Breathe collection that will be available in my Etsy shop when this video posts, which is Friday, June 29th at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. So I'm very excited to release this into my shop, and I am just going to get into the collection with you guys. I think I will do a flip through of the journal at the end since my camera's already zoomed out. These are the elements that are in the collection, so I'm just going to share them with you really quick so you can get an idea. This is a page from the Book of Old Ships. The cool thing about this book is it is vintage. It's from 1945. I really love it. It's all old and yellowed on its own, and it has that thicker paper feel, so this would be great for ripping up and adding to some of your journaling pages throughout the month. And it's just all text. All of that is text. There will also be a page with different images, of course, from a seashell field guide. This is also pretty old. I think this was from the 60s. A tropical fish field guide book page. Of course, yours will look different. This is just one page out of the book. There's also a book page from Moby Dick. And then there are two book pages from another, like, Pacific, specific Pacific. Can you say those words together? It doesn't sound like it. Field guide. So there's some images that will be seashells and some fish, and then some text revolving around the ocean. So I'm pretty excited about those. There are 3 6x6 scrapbook papers. They are both double-sided, and these have a beachy theme. So the colors here on the back are pretty. There's some anchors on blue here. I really loved this image of the boardwalk with the sand blowing over the edge. And then this one is kind of a shell print on the back. And then this is just a really fun tile pattern that matches the paper collection itself, and also the cover of the book, which is a seashell image. So these are the 3 6x6 papers that come in the collection. There's this brown paper sack. I love including these brown paper sacks because I love using them in my journal. I also love including a little 6-inch round paper doily, and it's clipped on with a paper clip, which is also usable. So you get the brown paper sack. There is this die cut. Some of you may have seen me haul this in a recent Tuesday morning haul. This was called Twigs, but I think it looks like coral, so I love it. This is on some double-sided cardstock, so this like has a white pattern here, very faint on the back, and then it has like a sand color on the front. But I think that's going to be super fun to add to the bottom of a page. There's a guest check. This is a cabbage dyed index card because I love the washed blue look. I really wanted this journal to have a wet, I've been in the ocean kind of, feeling. So this has a blue hue to it. There are a couple embossed pieces of paper here. These are 4 inches by 5 inches. I thought this had a mermaid scale print to it. I love this. It's on double-sided paper, so you can use whichever side you like. And this one has kind of an ocean waves print to it. There's a napkin this time with some sea animals and some coral pieces on there. I thought this would be lots of fun for decoupage in the journals if you wanted to do something with that. There's a tag here that I always include in the kit, and there is a time card. I thought it would be really fun to include these burlap bags in the collection. I love the beachy feel of them, and I thought maybe it would be fun to glue on the inside of the cover. So I was pretty excited about these. It's a drawstring bag, and it's pretty heavy duty because it is fabric, but that's a lot of fun. And in there is a gold shell, which I thought if we put like some foam tape in the back, that would be fun to add to a page. And then there's this little tiny rolled cheesecloth. There's some twine if you want to use that. But I had some of this fish net left over, so there's a piece of fish net in here and a little bit of cheesecloth if you want to add some of that to your pages. I did this instead of a fabric ruffle this time because of the whole beachy theme. I thought that would be fun. So that's what's inside of that package. Like usual, there is a bookmark included in the collection. We have already pre-strung it for you because the beads make me nervous. I would hate to send something that couldn't be strung. So here you can see there's some little shells, shell beads here. There's a little green rock, and then just the blue and green colors. And then on this side, there's those little shell beads again, the blue and green, and then this super cute little shell charm, and I'll show you what that looks like in the journal here in a minute. Like usual, there is some fibers and paper clips, so you're going to get this big gold paper clip, this little glassine bag that I absolutely love using in my journals every month, so I always try to include that, a few small gold paper clips, and another big one. And then there is this awesome package of fibers. I think every month there are more and more fibers, but I kind of can't help it because they're so pretty. And I just love all of the blue and the turquoise and the silver. Here's that really pretty netted silver fiber there. So those will be fun to add to paper clips. And then there is one more package. I love using these glassine bags in my journal, so I wanted to include them here. There are some tea stain tickets that are always fun, and of course now I'm spilling things. There are 4 of these little hearts that I like to add to the strings in the center of the journal. There's a little craft paper tag, like a price tag, in this envelope. There are a couple more hearts, and then there's this glassine envelope. And what I love about these are these tags, is the fact that these tags fit perfectly in these glassine bags. So you can use them together or separate, however you want to use yours. And then there's an old playing card here with a shell. Yours will either be this peachy color or a soft blue color. There are 2 different cards here, and then that's attached with another paper clip you could use. So let's get into the flip through of this journal. Okay, so here is the Breathe Traveler's Notebook size journal for this month. I absolutely love this so much. It has some tea stained seam binding here closing the journal. I love this mermaid stamp. I think this is a stupendous stamp, so I will leave a link to that in the description box down below. It's my very favorite mermaid stamp, so that's fun. Here on the cover, I have sewn on some ivory colored cheesecloth here in the background. I love how that has a net look. And then I've used this authentic fishnet. So this is a real fishnet. I was so nervous when I ordered it that it would smell fishy, but it didn't, so I'm very happy. But I love it. It has a smaller weave than most of the fishnets that you can get at a party store for a party or whatever. So I absolutely love that, and it has a beautiful taupe coloring. So I love that. The one problem that I ran into with this net was attaching it to the journal. So I had to go in by hand, and I attached that net by hand on every journal cover. I wanted it on there so badly. I didn't want to skip it. So there are little spots around the journal where you can see that knotted string. I thought that was a nice touch since, you know, it's netting, it's the beach for fun. There is some fabric back here on the corners of the stamp, and then up here there's a band of this really pretty brown and green trim attached here, and then there's a burlap ribbon, a little bit of cheesecloth, and then the Breathe title of the book. So that is the cover, and this paper is a seashell image that wraps around the paper, and then on the inside it has this brown polka dot. I love the stitched look on the inside covers of the journal. It's a junk journal, so I just love the effect that that has on the cover, and you can see my little hand stitches, which took forever. So then on the inside there's a lot of red cabbage dyed paper so that it has a blue feel to the book. There's some blue dyed music paper, a brown paper sack here. Like usual, there are 15 pieces of paper in this book, which makes 60 sides altogether. So some of these pages have some glitter spray on them so that it has the effect that a mermaid tail might. So this is blue with a little bit of green with some spray on there. This is some tea stain paper. There's a book page out of that seashell field guide, some graph paper. This time on my heart paper, I did a lot of ink spraying, so there's some washed green and blue in here, and I think that is lovely. I love how that turned out. Then there's some tea stain paper here. Here's a book page from that old ship book. So every book has at least one ship image on it, and it's a tip out so you can write on the other side. Most of the time, some of them might have prints. They're all different. What was important to me was to get a ship image in this journal. So in this journal specifically, you could write on this page and it tells you the name of the ship here. I think that's fun. Another blue stained paper. There's either a green or blue piece of notebook paper stitched there. Another piece of blue cabbage dyed paper. Here's a music staff practice page. And then the center page has another one of these blue and green mermaid tail colored book pages. And like usual, I left the strings long so you can trim them up, whatever your choice is for that. And then just flipping through the back of the book, this notebook paper flips out. Here's the other side of that book page. Here is the other side of that heart paper. Love the way that that ink washes on that heart pan. Some more graph paper, the other seashell book page, tea stain paper, paper bag, music paper, and that blue paper here in the back. So that is the Breathe Journal. That is the collection, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, for all of the wonderful comments and messages I've received around these collections. You guys are so awesome. I absolutely love doing this, and I'm so glad that you are enjoying it too. There will be a link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below where you can find these journals. I've doubled my production from last month, so hopefully there's plenty for everyone to receive one. I kind of have no idea what's going to happen at this point, so we shall find out together. I've also shared a video yesterday with some additional items that will be in my Etsy shop as well. I'll link that video down below so you can check out what those ephemera packs contain. Also, follow me over on Instagram. I will have my Instagram name down below. And I think that's it for now. I think that's all I have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask, either in the comments section of this video or send me a message over on Etsy. Those ding directly to my phone, so I will try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!